Another good women's fight. We had the Jessica Rose Clark against was Sarah Alpar. I'm actually forgetting the first name. Is it Sarah Alpar? I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but it might be. What's her name?
I don't recall. I didn't actually catch this fight. I was driving,
okay.
but I did catch the controversy.
Yeah. So the controversy in this fight. What's important to talk about here. So yeah, it is Sarah Alpar, Jessica Rose Clark. Cool. I got the names right.
Nice.
So
that's why we're professionals.
Rose Clark was dominating the entire fight, and she, what looked like was about to get a finish. She kneed Sarah when Sarah. So what it looked like, it wasn't clear if Sarah was down or not because she was on her feet, kind of squatted down all the way, and the only question is whether or not her butt was touching the ground. And she got kneed in the head, and it would have been a finish, but they paused the fight. They used the brand new implemented rule of, I think it was implemented that day or the day before, where finally in Vegas you can go back and use replay. But the exact problem we brought up last week is what kind of happened. Yes, you can use replay, and you can find out if it was legal or not. When they realized it was legal, they said, okay, no point deduction, start the fight again. But she would have gotten the finish. And the fight should have been over if it was legal. And so it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, you can do the replay, but they've lost all that advantage that they should have gained. Thankfully, she ended up getting the finish anyway in the third round. She ended up getting it 4 minutes and 21 seconds into that third round. And so regardless, it ended up kind of, it wasn't like last week where we had someone completely lose their win because of this situation, but it still wasn't ideal.
Yeah, it's a really tough situation that, I mean, I know I'm not qualified to come up with any kind of solution to this issue.
I don't. Do you have any ideas? Creative ideas, whatever. Throw them out there. We're not making the rules.
I mean, it's tough to say because, I mean, you have to consider the repercussions of everything. I mean, like, yeah, if you take someone out of their position where they're dominant and they are moments from a finish, you can end up with a situation like we had last week. That was a perfect, as you said, a perfect example of when this can go wrong. But, I mean, at the same time, I want to be sure when somebody, if there's going to be something that's going to dictate what happens with the fight, I want to be sure, like, you can't trust your eyes the first time around. Your perception is not, it's weaker than you think. These replays are very important, and I don't know, maybe having like a third party, like having like a ref specifically there to look over replays from like a secondary location.
No, they have that, but the problem is that it's kind of a catch-22. Because on one hand, in that situation, right, you don't know if it was a legal strike or not. If you let it go and let her finish her, then it's over. If you don't let it go and you go and you pause and you replay, then she loses the chance to finish. And so, like, it's either you pause or you don't, but either way, it's a lose-lose situation.
There's no perfect solution here. It's it's just a shame that we can't kind of make a clear, cut and dry rule that fixes this whole situation.
Yeah.
Does the fight continue from the position that it was stopped?
Well, the thing is that it depends on what the position is, right? So I'm sure if she had mount and maybe you thought, oh, maybe she had kicked her in the head or something while she had mount. I don't know what it would be. If it was in mount, I would say they probably would go right into that position. But
like a clinch or something,
So she's up against the fence, and it wasn't like a clinch against the fence. It was like she was leaning against the fence, and she just kind of sunk down. Like she bent her knees all the way down until her bum was almost on the ground, and then got kneed. And so what position do you start it back up again? You can't start it back up sitting against the fence like this.
Yeah.
You can't start it on the ground because the ruling was very much she was standing when it happened. Otherwise, it would have been illegal. So where do you start it up again? It kind of has to be the feet.
It's difficult.
So that's an interesting
Leave a
situation.
comment. What do you think?
Yes, please. If you guys have ideas, leave us comments. Let us know. I'd be really, really curious to find out. I'm sure
the next
Dana,
time when we have Kamsat on the podcast, you could talk to Dana for us.
We'll find out what Kamsat thinks about it, and yeah, he can have Ali pull some strings for us. But I mean, yeah, hopefully the Dana and the commission work on this and find a solution that works for everybody.